side of my house that's very rarely used. There's not much space there between us and next door. So what I've done is I've set up, this is my propagation area. I've got all my little ones in milk cartons ready to go here. And these have all been growing over summer. So a lot of them are ready for pots now. So these have just been grown in milk cartons or milk bottles. Got holes drilled in the bottom of them. But everything's ready for pots. So I need to make up some more soil to get all these split up. So they're quite tight in the pot now, some of these. These were just all grown from a leaf. So there's quite a few in these. All these ones too here ready, split up. So I'm going to need quite a bit of soil to get all of these into pots. So this is the carport area of the garage. This is my soil making station, where I make all my succulent soil with the ingredients. I keep them here out of the weather. So what I usually do is I make quite a few tubs up at a time, just so I have it ready. And this is some of the ingredients, and here are the tubs down here. These ones I've already made up, ready to be mixed up. So I've made 8 tubs. Well, actually I've made 7, and I've kept the 8th one out, or the ingredients, to show you what I put in, because there's actually no soil in my mix. It's very gritty and mostly rock and a little bit of organic matter. Now, I usually just use my old ice cream containers because they're good for a 2-litre measurement. So what I do is I measure everything out, and you usually get about 10 litres of soil out of this mix. So it's 2 litres of 5 to 10 mil granite. Here you can see that's a little bit chunky. That's Dramana granite, but you can probably find granite similar at your own building supplies near you. Dramana's the place in Victoria where the granite comes from. This here is 2 litres of coconut coir. That's already mixed up with water and it's expanded. So then I put 2 litres into there. This is 2 litres of Attapulgite clay, which is actually kitty litter, but it's got to be the clay stuff. See how it's white, crumbly? So this is the kitty litter that I use. It actually says on the pack, Attapulgite clay. So the brand is Chandler. So there's that, and there's another brand made by the same people that's the clay. Anything else is just rubbish. You can't use that. It's got to be the Attapulgite clay. Another ingredient that I use is 2 litres of pumice, horticultural pumice. I buy everything in bulk because I use a lot of soil. It's easier to make things up, and it's a lot cheaper to buy it in bulk. So I've got the pumice here in the container. That's the 1 to 7 mil pumice. It's quite gritty. That's enough. From building supplies I get a quarter minus granite ag, which is this. It's 1 to 7 mil, and if you're lucky it's got a little bit of sparkle which shows it's granite. So I've just got 1 litre of that. Bit of sea mungus. How much? 2 cups. That's like a marine fertiliser. I get that from Bunnings in a big bag from here. Looks like this. Big 15 litre bag. I've just finished that bag. But I actually keep it in a sealed box here with a lid that seals, because the sea mungus is a little bit stinky. So if you've got the lid on, you can't smell it. And I also use 2 litres of coconut coir. Oh, let me get that out of the way. I buy it like this in a big brick. And then what I do is I put the brick into this tub and add the water in the tub, and I can just keep it with the lid on and use it as I need. I also add half a cup of black basalt rock dust. Now this is very high silica content, so you should always wear a mask when you're making up soil, because especially things like this, you don't want to be breathing it. So this is my measure I just keep in there. And I put everything here, there's my rock dust in there. I was a bit dubious on this at first. I thought, oh, it's probably just going to wash out. It's very fine. I thought it's just going to wash through the pot. But it actually sticks to the moisture things like the coconut coir and the pumice. They're a bit damp. And I've dug plants up and I've noticed this sticking on their roots. So they must like it. I also use red zeolite. This is 2 cups in here. And I buy that in a big bulk bag here. I think this is a 25 kilo bag. It's quite big. Red zeolite rocks. So this is my own homemade version of gritty mix, which I feel is a little bit less carbon emissions on locally sourced products. It does take a little bit of time to make it all up, but I've grown my whole garden in this recipe. Everything that's planted in a pot is in this mix, and they're all really seeming to be okay. I do add more coconut coir when I'm doing the aeoniums. They seem to like a little bit more soil. They're right down the back here. But I probably add 4 litres instead of 2 of the coconut coir for those. But everybody else gets the same mix. I just don't have time to be sitting here playing with the recipe too further than that. Everything seems to be okay in that, so it's quite basic and easy to put together. So what I'll do is at the end of the video is I'll put my recipe if you're interested in making it. So what I do is I put all the ingredients into tubs, and then I get my big spoon and I roll the tub around until it's all mixed up together. So it is quite a very dry mix, very gritty. This is what it looks like when it's all mixed up. So this is my soil. It holds just enough moisture, I feel, to keep things happy, and I know exactly what's in it. It's all 100% organic, and you can reuse it again as well because it's majority rock, so it's not really going anywhere. The only things that just do disintegrate are the things that are organic, so you can always top up the rock mix with the organic products again and reuse it. So after I've measured everything out and put everything straight into the tubs, you see how dusty it is? You should really wear a mask because you don't want to be breathing this stuff in. Oh, the granite's heavy. The coconut coir and the basalt. So once I've got all the ingredients in the tub, get my big metal spoon. It's really handy, this spoon. I think it was my nana's, but you can find these at second-hand shops. You can just use any old sort of scoopy thing, but this is quite strong. So I usually mix everything together and I roll the tub around on its side like a little cement mixer to get everything mixed together. So eventually I'd like to get a cement mixer just for doing that job because this is heavy and it's a bit of work rolling everything up and down. Well, I've just spent the last few minutes rolling this tub around and mixing all the gritty mix together. This is ready to use now. And I started researching this gritty mix in lockdowns in 2020. So it's been almost 5 years that I've been using this homemade soil. So everything in the garden seems to be doing okay with it. So I'm pretty pleased budget-wise. It works out at a really good price if you buy everything in bulk. It's just a little bit of time putting it all together. But now I've got 8 tubs ready to go. That'll last me for quite a while. So all up, that's about 80 litres.